My name is Mary Ostafy. I'm the founder and executive director of Urban Harvest STL. I'm actually an architect who turned to an urban farmer about 2 years ago. So when we decided to build a rooftop farm, it was a collaboration with my husband and I, who's also an architect. So we co-founded Urban Harvest STL together and went through the process of researching other rooftop farms and figuring out what's really possible before we brought this dream to reality. This whole quest to build a food roof kind of started as a grassroots initiative. I moved to downtown St. Louis and I don't have any personal outdoor space. I live in a downtown loft in the middle of the city, and I just wanted to grow my own food. And turns out a lot of other people in the city did as well. So we're standing on top of a green roof system that actually captures storm water. And we designed the green roof system to be as robust as possible and capture as much storm water as it possibly could. We can hold about 2.5 inches of rainwater on this roof, which equates to about 17,000 gallons of water per storm event. So that water is then accessible to our plants. When we don't have that water, we do have a drip irrigation system on the farm as well to augment that. In addition, we capture rainwater off the roof of our greenhouse and use that to water our greenhouse as well. So over here we have some chard growing, and it's growing in 8 inches of engineered soil. And below the soil is a green roof system across the entire food roof farm. So I'm going to walk you through what those layers are. It starts with a roof membrane. So this membrane is thick enough that it also acts as a root barrier, so our plant's roots don't cause leaks below. This is a very important component of the green roof system. And on top of that is a layer called a capillary fleece. And this essentially is a protection mat between the next layer, which is called a retention board. The retention board is full of lightweight aggregate, which is essentially baked clay. And then on top of that is a filter fabric, and then the soil that you see goes on top of that. So essentially we're capturing water in this retention board. The soil itself, if you look at it, it's not the typical soil you're used to growing in the ground. We designed it with a structural engineer and an agronomist to meet the weight specification of this particular roof. So it's essentially made up of this lightweight aggregate and a combination of compost, and that's it. We run our drip irrigation lines under the soil so that they water the roots directly. So growing food on a rooftop is very much different than growing food in the ground. It's a completely different soil system altogether.
My name is Brett Hilling, and I'm the Director of Urban Agriculture for Urban Harvest STL. Probably one of the biggest challenges for us is trellising our tomatoes, since we don't have a lot of depth to the soil. We've built up this system where we're just using 2x2s to build out a frame and then tying the tomatoes off. The tension in the string helps hold the structure down, and it helps the tomatoes to grow up nice and tall. This is the first vertical wall in St. Louis to be growing food. This is a local company called Filtrex, and this is a system that they're doing called Vertex. And one of the advantages of this system is if in an urban setting like this, you don't have space to grow food on the ground. We're trying different plants and different spacing just to try to maximize this whole area.
The biggest challenge is structural capacity, so finding a building that could withstand the added weight of a farm on a roof. It's a building project, so you have to adhere to building codes. So it's been a great learning experience for us and a possibility to showcase to our community how they can replicate this in their situations.